Hi, my name is Zelda, and today I will be doing a speech about discrimination against transgenders. Across most of the United States, there are state laws that do not protect transgender Americans against discrimination in public places or such places as the restroom, something that we have to use every day. According to the Journal of Homosexuality, transgender is an umbrella that is broadly used to describe people with gender identities or expressions or behavior which differ from their biological sex at birth. Transgenders generally mean that a person's physiological sex is at odds with his or her psychological view of his or her sex. William Institute of UCLA did a survey, and according to the institute, 32% experienced physical assault, 25% have been sexually assaulted, and 11% face police harassment. 76% are unemployed, and 56% avoid healthcare treatment because they don't want to get discriminated against when they go get care. Now, I put myself in these transgender shoes because I just can't imagine, being discriminated against because of your sexual gender, your gender identity, such as not being able to get health care, losing your job, being not being humiliated of going out in public because you can't, you don't know which use the restrooms to use because they don't have one set in place for transgenders. A lot of these transgenders people, they go through a lot of psychological problems. A lot of them have mental disorders due to the fact that they might be um, disowned by their parents, which might be the worst feeling ever being disowned from your own family, from a family that you're used to being loved from. They imagine your family no longer loving you because of your sexual identity or your gender. They're being harassed at school, being bullied, and in the public places. They people harass them. Um, they are just at a risk, you know, for being discriminated against and in public places. So these are some of the fears that they have. So a lot of according to Journal of Homosexuality, 11.5% of 100,000 transgenders commit suicide or have tried to commit suicide due to the fact that they're just not received with open arms because of their gender, because of the gender that they choose. Um, a lot of the transgenders are when they go to seek medical treatment, sometimes they're refused because they don't have the health coverage, or the health insurance doesn't want to cover certain things that they need to be done, like far as like gender reassignment surgery, which could be pretty expensive, which most cannot afford. So they resort to other things. They start self-medicating and doing alcohol and abusing drugs. So this leads to other problems. And now, on top of having the mental disorders, now they have substance abuse problems. So I just can't imagine how these people feel and the things that they go through in life. It really has to be very, right, degrading just to even feel like you have to put up such a fight for being who you want to be, who you want to try to find who your true self is. Even though it may not differ with who you were born at birth, but most people, once they start talking, even as a child, you know exactly who you are and who you want to be. Because even as kids, sometimes they'll dress up in their mother's clothes or their father's clothes, and it just comes out at a younger age. And most of the time, once they get older, it gets to them, and they just it's too much to handle, too much to bear, and some of them just commit suicide. And I think that it's a shame that we as Americans, we judge people against who they want to be in life when it's really not fair. And you have to put yourself into a transgender's shoes to even see or feel how they are being discriminated against.